David, you wanted to bring something up. There's a part on the agenda that we really never get to, which is called future agenda items. And there's attached to each agenda a yearly calendar, which you can click on and go see. Where you can go look kind of what through the whole year.
Oh,
we basically repeat everything here. But David, you had a
yeah,
next month?
And you kind of touched on it at the beginning of the meeting. I want a closure. We had a letter from Councilman Rocha that kind of questioned our purpose. It was, you know, hit our morale. I mean, we were our efficiency. It's like we're draining the city with no ROI. I want closure. We took a Saturday, we addressed all of his concerns, and there's nothing. And he owes us. It may be, thank you very much, you're still wrong, but I'd like to get something formal. He gave us a formal document that's in the system that challenged the commission. I want another formal document with his answer to what we did, because we're doing good stuff. And I want it on record that we justified ourselves.
Would the way to phrase that be, we want to have a report on the retreat?
That would be a politer way of saying it, yes, sir.
Isn't that what we're looking for, really? They're going to submit a report to council and rules on this.
That's happening on the 27th.
Yes.
But it'd be kind of nice to see it first, right? I mean, we got blindsided before with this letter wandering around.
27th comes after our meeting.
Yeah, it gets voted on the 27th by council.
Okay. I'll try to get that on.
Okay.
Okay. And it's a crapshoot.
Yes, sir.
Going to your point, if that's voted on the 27th, I guess that's an agenda item on the do we get to speak on that, or is that just a done deal?
We put on the 27th, yeah, it'll be a done deal. It'll probably be a consent calendar deal like that. But they should have the report that goes to council available in time for our meeting.
I would hope.
And that would certainly be the courteous way to do things. You know. But I will push hard on that, and we'll come up with something.
Okay, thank you.
Let me go through, wrap up a couple of things that we're going to try to get done by next month, by June 14th.
I have a question on that.
Yes.
What are the rules, or are there any, if we individually want to speak with the council liaison prior to the voting? It's okay that
Sure.
we...
I'll talk to your own council member.
As long as we don't do it.
As long as you don't coordinate with anybody around here or a quorum, or more than a quorum.
As our own council person,
Sure.
we can't talk to the liaison.
Sure.
About it.
Yeah. You can call anybody who talk to listen to you. You can talk to all 11 of them if you want. Okay, so other things that we're going to do, we're going to write a letter with Jim's recommendations on the public safety staffing, is that correct? And we're going to submit it to everybody so that we can approve that as a full commission. Is that where we get, right? We're going to revise the sales tax measure by adding that item number 4.
Right.
I'll sex it up a little bit. And do we kick it out to everybody, or should this just go to the ad hoc?
I think we've already approved it.
I think we've already approved it.
Yeah, I think we just made it
it's done, it's done.
Okay, so I'll make those changes and send them on to
Lee's suggestion was
Sabrina.
you use the formal name instead
Yes,
of...
right. Yeah, that's what I mean by cleaning it up a little bit, yeah.
I think they have a deadline of next week from the budget meetings I've been at. And it's like right now that they have to have that
Yes,
letter.
they wanted it done tonight, we approved it, we'll just revise it and
Yeah.
give them that. Yeah, I'll do it tonight, actually. On policy 630, do we have any follow-up on that to do? The 2 letters that haven't gone anywhere?
We may have an opportunity to vote on that last letter if it comes back from...
The letter to Sharon, or the letter
the letter
to planning?
to the council members as a whole.
Okay.
Because what we did a letter for all of the council members asking for their backing of a review of the policy. And so they need to actually put it in to their work plan. They took it off. It was on their work plan for last year. They actually took it off their work plan. So really we're asking for it to be put back on.
Okay. If that is out of our charter and fits in the planning commission, is one of the
Correct.
discussions I've had, what if we just write that same letter but address it to the planning commission? Could we do that next month and send that very same letter, so it either goes to council or it goes to planning? And then when we get our information, we get our view stated.
Well, We could do both, but ultimately it goes through the council members are the ones that need to make that
Right.
decision. So if you do it to planning commissions, go planning commission up to city council. So I mean, as long as it gets to city council, I think that we can do the letter no matter what. It's just whether or not we're allowed as an ad hoc next year.
Right, but if they won't approve the transmission of the letter from the neighborhoods commission because we're not the right path, if we path it through the planning commission, then we've avoided that fight.
Yeah, I don't know where it's really stuck, right? Because we
I don't
really
either.
do respond
sense,
to
though.
council and to the mayor, so that's what our charter
Okay.
is.
I'll talk to you, but let's get the planning,
Yeah.
the letter that exists right now, and let's just readdress it, okay, and kick it
Yeah.
off to the planning commission, and we got the two options that we can put on the agenda next month. By the way, in that letter, it says, from the ad hoc on homelessness, it doesn't say from development housing. So it's
It was
just-
late at
It's
night.
a typo, yeah. We got David's thing on getting closure on the retreat, and that's it. Any other comments?
Since it is
Yes.
going up to vote, can we also submit letters to each individual council person, just in case we don't get a chance to speak with them?
Well, you can do anything you
Or
want.
like as a council commission, and they send an individual letter to each of the council along with the mayor.
Yes.
What I'm asking, I want a letter from the commission to each of the council members.
From the
and mayor.
commission?
From the commission, can we do that?
Regarding
It could be the
what?
same identical letter, just addressed to each different council person, just in case.
Well, the theory that's what's going to happen because
Well, wait a minute,
it's
which
sent to
letter
your
is
council.
this? What are you talking about?
Regarding-
I'm lost.
Regarding.
6:30?
No, regarding, the review for our commission.
The retreat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
I'm sorry.
But I have a comment along those lines, I mean, if I can.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna wait, for this to come out of the bowels of the council? And
That's what
then,
I've been told.
and then we just deal with whatever it is? I mean, we have no input at all?
That's why I wanted it on the agenda, is it'll force their hand.
I've been pushing every week.
Yeah, no, I know you have, I know you have. It just seems like we're waiting for a bowel movement to come out, you know what I mean? And it is what it
It could be a
is.
baby too.
Turn it around,
There now.
turn that around, I want you for facial expressions next time.
Part of the discussion from Dawn's office has been that we did a really good job this year. We went out and we talked to a lot of people. We used a lot of staff time. And all of that staff time that we went and used comes out of a budget. And so that's what's coming
But to me,
up.
there's lots of issues here. Staff time aside, the size of the commission, the scope of the commission.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it just seems like, how can we write a letter when we don't know what the verdict is here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we can't write a letter.
Okay.
Well, one statement, then we gotta go. It's interesting, if you go to the mayor's budget review, there's a line in there, the priority of the city budget, one of the line items was money spent to improve community activism. It's like, hello,
Yeah.
That
right?
sounds-
Yeah.
Personally, I think that the whole too much staff time is a completely bogus
Oh, yeah,
argument.
oh, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and that means that they've got some sort of a standard
Yeah, what
that
is
we've
it?
exceeded.
What's the allocation
They've got some
of
measurement
resources to
system
this
that we know
commission?
nothing about this.
We don't know.
I think they're using it as an excuse.
I agree.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Sandoval's not here. Do we have a motion to adjourn from?
I motion to adjourn.
I second.
And Kent Cunningham, all in favor?
Hey,
Yeah, whatever, you can get along group.
right
Congratulations, guys.
before 8 o'clock still. Still
Yeah.
have 10 minutes to spare.
Yeah, the whole thing's.
Okay, we're going downstairs.
See, I'm on charge number 6.
Yes, we have. You, the city.